Thank you for the confirmation. So the topic, the bot that we chose was Meth bot from the two that we were given. And from the questions that were asked of us to answer, the first, this is basically an introduction. What is a botnet? And we've seen that in the article that you gave us. Basically, a network of computers used to do various things. In our case, since we're talking about attacks used to infect people's devices, other bots itself with malicious code. Now, what is Meth bot? Meth bot is was an attack carried out by a Russian person called Alexander Zhukov, where he had his own army of computers. He did not rely on infecting a lot of peoples, but he had his own farm, and he used those to act as internet browsers or devices, and to make it seem like he has a lot of traffic in those areas and that he can generate ad revenue for companies. That's what MethBot in its simplest form is. Fooling people to think this is a legitimate device, trying to then showcase their, or basically advertise their products and services there. So how does the botnet work? It's basically one device attacking the victim via multiple infected machines. So like you said, you start with one, infect other devices, and then it reaches your victim, depending on what your end goal is. It can be used for DDoS attacks. It can be used for just stealing information. Those are some of the examples. So what MethBot, how it worked was it used fake and spoofed websites to send real ads from real people to advertising networks that were essentially non-existent, which are bots. Those were bots. Yes. The bots are well so genuine, so real that just by visiting those spoofed URLs, using the fake browsers, or even using scripts to imitate mouse motions, it literally felt like a genuine entity. It had over 2,000 physical servers, and what do you call, in order to hide the IP address, they launched each server had numerous instances. So this is a basic diagram of how the MethBot attack worked. So it picks these IP addresses from this, impersonating as ISPs, going to an exchange, SSP network. So basically the advertiser thinks it's legit, the agency, and basically going towards the consumer. Yeah. Botnets, how are they created? So a network of botnets is created using two methods. What changes is the delivery method. Maybe more than two, but if you are essentially more than two, but in any case, this is how it can done. So if you visit, the first is drive-by download. So you go to a website, the download requires attackers to discover these popular websites with whose security is not that high, so which makes them exploitable. Then they load this malicious code into the browsers. Then from the browser, it moves into the machine, and essentially that machine is now compromised, and it's part of that botnet army. The second is basically phishing. You send malicious files via emails, and a person who is not aware downloads it, and automatically the script runs, and again it's part of the botnet army. Yeah, that is how a botnet army is created. How was Methbot created? They rented over 650,000 different residential IPs with fake registrations, which appeared to be authentic from users who are connected to reliable ISPs such as Verizon, Comcast, AT&T, and also the software running behind the Methbot was made using open source libraries such as the JS runtime environment to run JS code, tough cookie to set cookie fake sessions, Cheerio in order to pass.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Your time is about to be up, so you need to be fast about what you're presenting now.
Okay, fine, no problem. Yeah, so these are a few of the open source libraries that they used in Methbot. On top of proxying bot traffic, they were able to simulate real browsers, real machines, spoofing the type of what do you call browser, OS, things like that. So indicators of botnet activity. First of all, the CPU load is massive. You need to be aware. The second indicator is excess traffic. So if it's excess incoming traffic, which means you're a victim of DDoS. If it's excess outgoing traffic, that means your information is leaving from your system at a very high rate. Sorry, I think I'm going on a loop. Okay, sorry. Indicator number 3 is excess memory usage. Again, if you see your system resources are at an abnormal level which you've never seen, there's something definitely wrong. You need to check. To detect and prevent botnet activities, first, you need to know what data is leaving your network. You need to be aware of what's going on. That's the simplest explanation for that. Zero trust principle. And for those who are there for the Wednesday, zero trust is difficult to achieve, as Amarjit said, but you need to find a way to adopt it. If you do not know this person or this IP, do not interact. As simple as that. Zero trust. Having what you call endpoint detection solution, knowing what is going on those endpoints helps. Installing host-based intrusion prevention solutions is another method of detection, and then eventually prevention. Enhanced monitoring, just you knowing what your CPU load is, what's leaving, keeping that key eye to detail allows you to do it. Yeah, and thank you that's the end of my presentation, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to present. Any questions, comments?